Hello everyone, today I'm going to install and configure RBS, BLOB and SharePoint 2013. The steps I will be doing are install SharePoint 2013 Foundation, and then install the Management Studio Express, and then I will create two additional databases in addition to the default one, and then I will configure the BLOB RBS on the three databases. I will start with downloading Microsoft SharePoint Foundation. I already did that, and I will do just a quick installation. I have a previous video that showed the steps to install the SharePoint. The installation of the SharePoint is straightforward procedure. It's not hard. We have to first install the prerequisite, which can also be done through the software, or you can go through the guide of the installation on Microsoft website. These are all the prerequisites. Okay, the prerequisite installation is done. It might ask for a restart. Okay, after the restart, it's still continuing the installation. It's doing the IIS now. Okay, another restart is required. Okay, after the restart, it's still installing the prerequisite. I think this will be the last one. Yeah, it didn't take long. We're done with the prerequisite. We can go back and start with the SharePoint installation. Okay, install SharePoint Foundation. We're gonna go with standalone, and we will install it. It will install the 2008 R2 Express SQL database. I'm gonna keep it the default location and install now. Okay, installation is done. I'm going to run the configuration wizard. Here's the procedure to configure SharePoint. Just next, and it will create the default database WSS_contents. It looks like it's gonna be 10 steps. I'll pause the video and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, the installation is now successful. You can see, here we go. Here's the SharePoint. Now, if you look at all programs, you'll be able to see the SQL. But the thing is, you won't be able to access the database. Like if you want to add a new database or anything, you have to do it through the command prompt. To be able to use it through the graphical user interface, we have to install the SQL Management Studio, and this is what I'm gonna do now. Just ignore this error, just run program. Okay, you will go to the installation and just new SQL Server standalone installation or add-on features. Okay, show the details, pass, okay, and install. Okay, well, same thing, pass, next. Here's the thing, if you specify you want to add, I tried that before, if you specify you add feature to existing SQL, you're gonna get an error. So the way how I'm doing it, just specify it as new installation and it will work. Next, and here you specify management tools, and next, okay, all green, that's good. Next, and install. Okay, as you can see, successful. Next. Okay, now if you go and see, you'll be able to see it's underneath. Here we go, Microsoft Management Studio. Well, the way how to connect the database, like if you specify DGSP, this is my server name, and use Windows Authentication, it's not gonna work. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work. The way how you have to do it is the server name /SharePoint. This is how we connect, and then you expand. You will be able to see the databases and everything. Okay, now I'm going to sorry. So we are done with the SharePoint installation. We are done with SQL Server installation. Now we'll create the additional two databases, and then I will configure the blob. Okay, we'll go for Management Studio, databases, and right click in new database. The first database I'm gonna create is gonna be called reference. Here, reference. Okay, before doing this, I need just to go to security and just add the current username I'm trying to add the administrator account. Okay. Sorry for this. Okay, here we go. And server role is gonna be DB creator and security admin. Everything. Grant enable general. Okay. Sysadmin. I'll just add. Okay, the reason why we got this error, it seems that it was added, as you can see in here. So here's our account. This was as the first time, yeah. So just DB creator, public, security admin, and done. So now I'll just create, right click, new database, presence, and I'll specify the owner as B, administrator. Okay, initial size I'll say 50 megabytes, and then the growth and megabytes I'll say 50. I'm gonna keep the default location with the other database. option, they always recommend to choose Latin. Latin general. You know what, I'll just keep this one to the default. Server default, full, group, primary, full, and okay, and then create a second database project. Okay, option, full, owner, and okay, so we are done from this step. Now we're gonna configure the RBS on our so we have the link, which is this one. So this is the procedure. The first thing, we're gonna enable the file stream. So the file stream, what we have to do is, which is here, how to enable file stream. Okay, to enable file stream, we require to go to SQL tool and SQL Server Manager, and then choose SQL Server Service, Property, and File Stream. Just you enable this one and you enable this one, and this one, and apply, and done. Then you might, and then we need to restart the service. Okay, after enable the file stream, this is the steps, and then we have to run the new query. This is the new query. It has to be done at the main level, not at the database level. That's why we installed the SQL Studio, Server Management Studio. So I'll just type in new query, come here, copy this, paste, check the command, and then execute. Okay, this is done. Close this one, don't save. Okay, restart the SQL service. I'm gonna restart it again from here. Right click, restart. So that's it. This is the first enabling the file stream. Okay, the second option, now we're gonna provision a blob store for each database. So I'll start with the default one. This is, following these steps, I faced problem before, so I'm gonna do it in a different way. I'm gonna show you how. Okay, I'll copy the first command. This one you have to do it at the level of the database itself. So AWS content, right click, new query. This is the first query. Here, if you want to implement this on different database, you have to change the database in here. So select this and execute. Command completed successfully. Okay, the second one, copy, paste. The same thing if you want to change the database here and here. So select, execute, done, and then the third one, copy. Here I'm gonna create a blob at the D drive. I have D drive, as you can see it's empty. After applying this command on the D drive and say execute, complete successful, you will come in the D drive and you'll see I created the blob store there, so all other files will be uploaded instead of storing it in the database itself. Okay, so we are done. Now we have to install the RBS library. So installing the RBS, you need to download the MSI file. Now the server I'm using is x64. I'm not using an AMD, so I was able to find the x64, which is this one. It's 5.2 meg. I was able to download it, and here's the RBS. Okay, this is the command that we have to run. I have pasted in here. This is the command. You specify, you run this command from the same location. You have the MSI, and then you specify the database name, and then you specify the instance name. So what they say is, after you run this command, after running this command, you should be able, in the installation RBS installation log, you should be able to find this line at the end of the file, plus the database that you run this command on. You should be able to find new tables that start with MSSQL RBS. Again, rather than this command, I'll copy the RBS to the C drive, and it's using the shell or using the command prompt. This is using the command prompt, run cmd. Okay, so this is the command. First I'm gonna write WS as content. Let me show you. This is the WS as content. This is the table. As you can see, by the end of the table, there should nothing. After that, there should be table that start with MSS or MLS. So WS as content. I'm gonna change the database name to DGSP /SharePoint. This is my server name, and copy this one. Oh, plus the file name is RBS.MSI and WS content DGSP SharePoint. Okay, and copy this to the command prompt. You should, and if I open the task manager, this is what they recommend, you'll be able to see that the MSI exe will show up in here, and press enter. Here we go. Not that's this one, MSI. This is the one. Okay. It looks like it's done. If I open database, sorry, the font. So here, this is the ones I was talking about. SQL Server to remove blob store installation successfully. This is what it shows, but if you go inside the database, disconnect, connect, refresh, database, content, table. Oh, actually, yes. Here we go. These are the tables that I was referring to. They are successfully created. Okay, I figured out that at the beginning when I created the two databases, the project and the preferences directly within Management Studio, this was a mistake. I had to delete them and go to administration, central administration, manage content database, and then add content database, and then you add the two databases. It will create them in addition to all the tables. After that, from the command prompt, I ran again the same command I did on the WSS underscore content, exactly the same 3 commands from the query, and then from the command prompt I ran the same, the MSI exe, and as you can see now, both tables, they have the MSS, both databases, they have the MS tables, the project and preferences, in addition to the WSS content. So, and now the last steps is, after doing all this, running this, the last step is just to run the following commands, just to enable RBS on each content database. This has to be done from the management shell. So, and SharePoint management shell. Okay, I'll copy the first one. And here you specify the database name, projects, second one, if RBS is not installed, you will get false instead of true. So all done. These are the steps that is required to create RBS, BLOB, and SharePoint Foundation. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you need just any help. I'll be able to help you. Thank you for watching.